Well, today's a day when our very good season could get even better. It's first against a very distant second as Genclerbirligi take on Fenerbahce. Then we've got the second leg of our Europa League first knockout round tie with Copenhagen. And Gerrit Holtman's back. Hello there everybody, merhaba arkadaşlar, welcome back to the channel, tekrar hoş geldiniz. And as we said in the intro there, it's first versus second, Genclerbirligi versus Fenerbahce. But if you look at the table here, we've continued on our winning ways. Granted, we've only had the one league match, I think, since the last episode. Fenerbahce have continued in their poor form on their losing ways. So there's now a 16-point gap. So a win today is going to make that 19 points with 12 matches to go. And while it's mathematically possible to catch us from there, I think we can probably take it easy for the rest of the season. Just to bring you up to speed, there was that one league match. We were home to Kasımpaşa. Fairly straightforward game. This one we were boosted a little bit by the return of Gerrit Holtman from injury, and in fact he did score. He scored just before half-time. He also set up Gustafsson for one of his goals. Van de Ven also scored in the first half in stoppage time. Gustafsson completed a brace in the second half. So very routine, straightforward win and a perfect preparation for our Europa League game. And that Europa League game we played in Denmark just a few days ago. And it was Gerrit Holtman again. He was the man popping up to get the win. Now, before the match, Copenhagen were listed as favourites, but I just had an inkling that they were probably going to be on the level of, say, a Trabzonspor or an Osmanlıspor from the Turkish league, and that proved to be right. If I just show you the match stats here, you'll see we dominated it. I mean, 21 shots we had, 8 on target. We had the majority of possession. They were never in it, and actually we've got to be a little bit disappointed that we only managed to win 1-0. But on to today's game then, and this is how we're lining up. A bit more of an attacking formation. We're at home, we're in form. Fenerbahce are not. So it's Utku in goal, Gökhan and Antov in the centre of defence. Özgür and Tom in the full-back positions. Salih and Samed lining up together. Samed back from injury, so that's great. We've got Evren's moving into a central attacking role. Normally we'd have Mosemenk here, but he's still out injured. Fatih and Holtman on the wings. Besse up front. Let's see if we can open up that 19-point gap. One small disappointment, injury-wise, Ömer Korkmaz. He came back from a twisted ankle, and it was one of those annoying things that happen sometimes on Football Manager where two messages came in together. The first saying that he's now back in full training after recovering from his injury, and the next message saying that he had a relapse of his injury in his first training session back. So he's again out with a twisted ankle. We're probably not going to see him until the end of March. Team talk time. I'll just say go out there and impress me. Seems to have done the trick. Everything is in your hands as you stand, so can you go on? Yes, of course we can. Not going to discuss that in a press conference. Okay, let's kick this thing off. So Fenerbahce are in their yellow away strip. We're in our traditional red and black. And the opening highlight didn't bring us anything. Let's see how this goes. Fenerbahce, I mean, should be looking for a win, but they're just in such terrible form that they're probably bereft of confidence, and hopefully we can take advantage, although nothing seems to be happening so far. We've had all the shots, but only the one on target according to that. So here we go. Here's a highlight. It's a Fenerbahce goal kick. Oh, and the snow's coming down. How pretty. Tom picks it up in our box. Okay, plays a nice ball up to Samed. And Holtman. Here we go. Holtman. Just like the old days, like he's never been away. It comes to Saleh in the middle. Evren's got it, knocks it back to Holtman. Oh, and look at that, look at that. Beautiful, close control from Holtman. Just skips past the keeper and knocks it in. Let's have another look at that from a slightly different angle. So it's Evren, despite the fact that he's playing centrally, he's still linking up with Holtman very well. And Holtman, yeah, just skips past the keeper. Knocks it in. Fantastic goal. Welcome back, Mr. Holtman. And here we go, throw in for us. Tom takes it to Evren. Evren gets it to Besse, and Besse with the second. This is exactly what we were hoping for from this match. A nice straightforward straightforward victory, and that 19-point gap is opening up as we speak. Look at that from Besse. Couple of touches, gets away from his man, turns and shoots. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I've really got high hopes for Besse. I think he's probably got a better long-term future in our team than Gustafsson. Okay, we're coming up for half-time. And it looks like this is going to be the last highlight. And it's going to be an attack for us again. Farty, what can you do here? Knocks it into Ever, into Holtman. Ooh, Holtman nearly added his second goal of the night and our third. But half-time comes, and we're 2-0 up and cruising. But some players looking complacent, so going to have a word about that. Don't let your performance levels drop. Why is the goalkeeper looking stressed? I have no idea. But now he's happy. Fantastic. Still snowing. I have mentioned this before, but I've been to Genclerbirligi Stadium in the winter in the snow. Not a fun place to be. Incredibly cold. The way that it kind of channels the wind into the stands. Not very nice. Hopefully their new stadium is going to be a lot better for that kind of thing. Oh dear. Fatih Turk is injured. Not what we wanted to hear. We'll have to check out what's happened to him a bit later on. So I'm going to put Evren out onto the right wing. And then a youngster who we've played in this role a couple of times so far this season, Ismail, will bring him on. Yeah, hopefully he'll have a decent game, get some good match experience. And we've passed the hour mark now. Nothing much going on. Look at that. Fenerbahce have only had one shot in this entire match. I mean, that's woeful for a team that's in second place. They should be playing much better than this, giving us a much tougher game than this. But still, it means we'll be relatively fresh and full of confidence when we host Copenhagen in a few days' time. So, okay, they tried to clear the corner, but we picked it up again. Sally's got the ball, and the highlight ends there. I'm not sure why we had to watch that, but okay. Happens sometimes. Let's make another substitution then. 15 minutes to go. I'm going to bring Akaya on for the complacent-looking Özgür, and probably we'll make another substitution in midfield. I'm going to put Waco on for Salah Özcan. Waco now back. I didn't actually check. I didn't get a match report, so he might have not played. But Japan did get to the final of the Asian Cup. They played Iran. I'll have to check after this game whether Waco got a medal for that or not. Okay, so we've reached stoppage time now. Nothing else going on in this match. I think we're probably just going to end it here from the throw-in. Okay, here we go. Tom whips in the cross, and it goes straight to the keeper. And that's going to be that. The keeper's going to launch this up, and the whistle will probably be blown right there. No, the referee's just letting it run. Okay, come on, referee. Finally, he ends it, and there we go. Straightforward 2-0 win. Oh, Fatih Turk and Josip Dimic injured in the same minute. I wonder if they had a collision or something like that. So we're going to tell the team that that was a good win for us, because it was. Let's have a look at the table then. So here you go. You see that 19 points ahead, 12 games to play. Fenerbahce are in danger of slipping out of the top two. They're kind of going back to that relegation form that was plaguing them for the last couple of seasons. Besiktas have made a resurgence up the table. It's Galatasaray who are struggling this season. They're only down in 9th. That's one thing you have to say. I mean, everybody's beaten each other this season. And okay, 21 wins out of 22 is pretty damn impressive. But the fact is, Fenerbahce were within touching distance of us for a while, but no one's managed to keep that level of form up. Anyway, we're going to fade to black, and we'll be right back for the Europa League. And welcome back. Before we get into our European action, bit of a blast from the past name here as the Champions League results came up. Liverpool getting a 1-0 win over Monaco with an injury time goal from our very own Berke Inal. So let's have a look at how he's doing over there. He's a squad player. He's not a first-team regular, which is a shame. I'm sure he would be much better. I mean, he's a great player, but he'd be much better if he'd stayed with us and got that regular first-team football. But he's had 8 starts in the Premier League this season. 2 goals, pretty good. He's a couple of sub-appearances in the Champions League, so obviously that was one of them with the goal today. Not much action in the Cups, surprisingly. And if we have a look at his history, at Liverpool. Well, this is his most productive season so far in terms of time on the pitch. Last season, just 3 games in the Premier League, 1 start and 2 sub-appearances. He's been playing for Turkey more than he's been playing for Liverpool. The first season was all right because remember he joined in January, so he still got 5 games in. So yeah, hopefully we'll see him kick on. I always hate that when you have a really good young player and they go off to a big team and then they just rot in the reserves. Right, on to our own European adventure today. So we are home to Copenhagen. We're 1-0 up from the away leg, so we'll be looking to secure passage to the second knockout round today. I do actually have the Danish leagues loaded, so let's just have a look at the Superliga, and we see there Copenhagen are top of their division, but much closer in Denmark. They've only got 2 points on that team, Nordsjælland, I think they're called, Mighty Land. That's a bit easier. So a much closer affair in Denmark, but they are topping the table there, so we still have to be wary. We can't just assume that we're going to walk this. So here's how we're lining up. Sticking with the same formation against Fenerbahce. Utku in goal. We just changed some of the players around, so Shields and Gökhan in the centre of defence. Hussein and Tom. Unfortunately, Özgür Ortaç, who was our starting right back against Fenerbahce, another guy with ankle problems. I'm wondering if our training pitch is a bit dodgy. Is he picked that injury up in training? Waco and Samed in the centre of the park. Holtman I put over to the right as an inside forward because Fatih Turk's out injured and we still need Evren in this attacking midfield role. Fatih Turk pulled a muscle in his back and he's going to be out for a month. So the youngster Oscar comes in on the left wing, Besse up front, and yeah, we should be able to win this, but well, let's see if we actually can. So Copenhagen, I mean, obviously they're chasing this tie. They need to get back into it. So they've gone with a similar like-for-like formation with us. They'll be looking to get back into this one. I'm going to tell the team to carry on from where you left off. That only really got to Neil Tom. So let's tell everybody that they've got what it takes. And that's all good. Time for the kickoff. So Copenhagen playing in the all-white strip. Let's see how this works out. Maybe it might be a bit of a cagey game if we try and contain. Oh, Gerrit Holtman's taken a knock. That's not good. That's not good. Potential foot injury, right? We're going to take him off. We can't be taking any risks. Danny Welbeck then, I guess. He's just back from injury. Actually, it's probably more of a risk. Okay, we'll put him on anyway. We'll give Danny Welbeck the game. Let's see, how is he as a winger? He's all right, actually. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Okay. Danny Welbeck's back in then. He's recovered from his injury. Just by coincidence, his suspension for that sending off in the Leverkusen game, he was also out injured for that anyway, so it didn't really matter. Okay. That looked to me like it went in, but it didn't. Okay, I guess it just bounced behind the goal. The angle was deceptive. But we've got up to the half-hour mark and no real action so far. Pretty tame game, it would seem. Here we go, Copenhagen with a goal kick. Let's make this ours. Indeed we do. Tom knocks it up to Oscar. Nice ball by Oscar through to Besse, and Besse scores. He makes no mistake. That was brilliant play. Brilliant play there. We very quickly turned that to our advantage. Just a header from Tom. Oscar takes one touch and yeah, plays it with his right foot actually to Besse, who controls beautifully, beats the keeper at the near post. And yes, we are 2-0 up on aggregate, 1-0 up on the night. That makes Copenhagen's task even harder if they're to get back into this. So let's see if we can get to half-time with that clean sheet intact. But we've got a Copenhagen attack to cope with first, and we've given away a penalty. We've given away a penalty. Ooh, let's see if Utku can save this one. He's saved them before, but not tonight. Not tonight. Copenhagen equalised through Holzhauser. All right, although they're still going to have to score twice. No. If they score one now, that will give them 2 away goals. That's right. If they score again, that gives them 2 away goals and puts them ahead. So we're going to have to be very careful here. Have to choose our words at half-time carefully. Yes, keep completely focused. That's what we need to say to the team. Let's get them back out there. Obviously, losing Holtman was a bit of a blow. I mean, he could have played on, but we don't want to take any risks, seeing as he's just come back off quite a lengthy layoff. It was a foot injury, so that's good. He was out with a knee injury, knee ligaments before. But okay, boys, come on. Let's, yes, good. Quick break. Oscar's got it. What can Oscar do with it here? He plays Besse through again, and this time Besse puts it over the bar. Oh, probably could have taken one more touch there. Got a bit closer to the keeper, played it along the ground. He tried to be a bit flash. I'm going to tell the boys to concentrate. Ooh, this is getting quite nervy now. We need a second goal to calm things down, I think. Okay, it's a Copenhagen throw in. Come on, get the ball off them. Let's make this ours. But no, here comes Pieros. Gets it out. And Kusk, ooh, the header goes over. We survive there. But Copenhagen seem to have a highlight again. They're really coming at us now. I think we're going to have to make some tactical changes too. I am going to make another sub. Anybody who's not playing particularly well. Yes, Tom is not playing particularly well at left back. So let's take him off. Let's bring Ajer on. We'll make those tactical changes soon. Trying to avoid hitting the panic button. And Samed Kilic is injured. We are not having luck with injuries at the moment at all. Right then, we're going to go with Salah Ozcan. You're coming in. He can play in that Mazzala role, so that's what he's going to do. Actually, while we're here, let's make those tactical changes. What are those tactical changes going to be, though? That's a very good question. I think we're just going to put these... We're just going to tone it down a little bit. So we're going to put these guys onto support. Actually, might make him an advanced playmaker out there. Oscar's already on support. Good. Gonna switch these guys up to defensive fullbacks. And he can be a fullback on defend. Okay, and we're gonna go standard. We're gonna go structured. And team instructions time. We're just gonna drop that tempo down a bit. We're going to drop the tempo down a bit, and I'm going to tell them to be a bit more disciplined rather than be more expressive. And that's going to do for now, I think. Okay, Copenhagen are still coming at us, but we've got a chance for a break here. Oscar plays it up to Welbeck. Come on, Welbeck, do something with it. Nice, nice. Evren plays Sarli in. Sarli, is he going to shoot? Is he going to cross? He's going to cross, and Besse does it. Thank you, Besse. Thank you, Sarli. That's fantastic stuff. 2-1 up on the night. That's got to be it, really. That's got to take the wind out of the Copenhagen sails. Good play by Welbeck to start the move off. Evren played in Sarli. Sarli did something very similar in the other game. I'm going to tell them to concentrate. We've got to see this out. Hopefully Copenhagen don't score here, because that will set up a very nervous final few minutes. Okay, they're still coming forward, but good. Evren won it off them. Welbeck starts the counter-attack. Sarli plays Besse through. Is he going to get his hat-trick? No, not yet. But we've got a corner, so there's still time to add another goal. Evren's going to pick this one up and knocks it to Waco, but he overhit that. But good, Hussein collects it, and we prevent the counter-attack from happening. This has got to be the whistle now. This has got to be the final attack. Waco, take your time, son. Take your time. He plays in Welbeck. Welbeck whips in a cross. Nothing comes of it, but it does not matter. The whistle's been blown, and we are through. Was a bit... Excuse me, got the hiccups. Was a little bit tense for a while there, but we came through in the end. Good win, boys. Well done. Right then, let's have a look at this draw for the second knockout round. Who are we going to get? And here we are. It's time for the draw for the second knockout round. Injury news for those knocks we picked up in the last game. Thankfully, Gerrit Holtman is just a bruised ankle, so he's only going to be out for a couple of days. Probably rest him for the weekend league game and bring him back, the following weekend. Samed Kilic, though, unfortunately, it's another lengthy layoff for him. He's going to be out for a month. He's already been out a couple of times this season. If we have a look at his injury history, yeah, it just keeps getting these twisted ankles. That is the second one this season, so that's something we're going to have to look into. But yes, time for the draw for the Europa League. Let's see. What teams have we still got in here? I don't know if you can see these, but we've got Ajax, Arsenal, Benfica, Leicester, PAOK, Anderlecht, Athletic Bilbao, Club Brugge, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Man United, Porto. So some pretty big teams in there. Okay, so the Greeks, PAOK, get Sevilla, Ajax, Benfica, pretty tasty looking tie there, Gladbach, Athletic Bilbao, Man United, Porto. Oh, fantastic. Two of the biggest teams left in the competition, drawn against each other. Genclerbirligi. Okay, who are we going to get? Arsenal. Ooh, okay. I was hoping for perhaps an easier draw, an Anderlecht or Club Brugge maybe, or Spartak Moscow even. But okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. That'll be a big match for us. So let's have a look how that affects our schedule then. So yes, we've drawn Arsenal in the Europa League. We're home first as well. So it's going to be a tough ask to get past them. And let's see how that affects our schedule. So yes, we're back in league action. We've got Antalyaspor in the semi-final first leg in the cup. And then it's just so much alternating here. League Cup, League Cup, League Europe, and so on. That's going to continue. So yeah, we're probably then, I think our next episode is probably, we might do both of those matches actually, because there's always a chance that we get stuffed in the first leg and the second leg is meaningless. So we might be back very soon. We'll see. We'll see how I feel on the day about it. But it could be that we do Arsenal Besiktas as a 2-match episode, or we might go for both legs of the Arsenal game. Let me know what you'd rather see, and we'll set that up for next time. But I hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you have done, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer. See you again soon.